Your idea works great for you. When I got started, I was doing stuff in VBA, Visual Basic for Applications in Excel. I mean, it was great. My macros were beautiful. It was wonderful. I saved a bunch of time, right? And then people started liking them. They started saying, hey, can I use that? Simple enough. So, yes, sure. I refined it, made sure that it was all nice, looked pretty, right? And then I started sharing them. And almost immediately, things started to go wrong. They started breaking. My reaction was always to say, it's your fault for not following my instructions. It works fine for me. You must be doing something wrong. But that process is wrong. So here's what's happening. I didn't understand the product mentality. When you build something for yourself, you bake in assumptions that you don't know that you're making. They're shortcuts that you have because of your local knowledge, or you reduce the technical requirement to execute things a certain way because of the skill set that you have. So, for example, for me, I always had my macros run starting from cell A1. Why? Because it was much easier to run things that way. It was a shortcut for myself. But when you hand these to a stranger, the assumptions break, and the stranger has no idea why, nor do you expect that. So, this is the moment where product design actually starts. Not when you have the idea. Your idea is great, but it's not implementable. When you try to have your idea solve someone else's problem, that's when product design starts. I didn't know it at the time, but these phases have a name in product development. So that first macro, it was kind of a little bit rough around the edges, but it kind of worked. That's called a POC, a proof of concept. Does this solve a problem? The answer is yes. Cool. So then you move up to another version. Now it's polished. Now you handle more of the edge cases. I thought that was ready to share, right? So I tested it. This is called an MVP, a minimum viable product. This is kind of the minimum thing that some people can use to see that solves their problem. But as it turns out, no, not without help. And the help I needed to give was the documentation of the assumptions that I didn't know I had. It's kind of a catch 22. So it doesn't matter if you're building an Excel spreadsheet or an R library, Python library, Power BI dashboard, or anything really. When you think you have something great that solves a problem and people start taking note and ask you to share, this is what you do. Write up the minimum to explain what you think people need to know about the process, and then watch. See where they get stuck. Don't correct them right away, just watch. Every place they get confused is an assumption that you forgot to document. If you do this, not only will you actually develop more successful data products, but you will also learn about how users use technology, and that's how you actually get better. Hope that helps. See you next time.